with the gamification, has it been used in corporate training?
Yes. Yes. It actually also happened in Hong Kong as well. I understand. Well, I understand a lot of the banks they're using it for internal training, for staff training, and but it's definitely used. It has been using more overseas in the big corporation because it's just because a lot of young kids are getting into a better way to train them, to motivate them. So it is being used in the big corporation.
Thank you.
各位午安，係咁咧，我係一間小學嘅圖書館主任。咁其實咧，咁參加呢個閱讀大挑戰咧，其實由舊年開始㗎啦。咁
Good afternoon. I am the librarian of a school and participating on the reading battles since last year.
呢個計劃咧，其實可以見到咧，有即係可以睇翻學生嘅即係每一級嘅表現啦，睇咗幾多書啦，同埋咧就係佢哋個成績嘅。咁係。
Through this game, we can monitor the students' performance and how many books they read and how well they do.
咁今日主要講兩個 case 啦。咁咧一個咧就係成績咧就係喺學校咧就係好即係比較差啲嘅表現差啲嘅學生。
I will share two cases with you. The first one will be the student with lower performance.
呢個學生咧就係佢今年借咗咧就係30幾本書嘅。咁我睇翻呢個睇翻啲記錄咧，其實咧佢借嘅書咧，平時係借啲picture book， 即係好簡單嘅故事嘅。
This student, this year, he
34係。
34 books. Majority are picture books. No words, not too many words, right?
Yeah. 但係咧，自從佢借咗呢個推介嘅嗰個指定嘅閱讀大挑戰嘅書之後咧，咁其實佢係開始睇小説嘅。
Starting with the reading battle, and she or he, she start borrowing books about fiction books, lots of words and story books and things like that.
Yeah. 佢咧其實咧就佢發覺個書嘅內容好睇啦，佢會主動話俾你聽我幾時可以去圖書館再借呢啲書。
She also find that it's very interesting after she read the books, and she actively asks me to recommend books for her.
咁雖然佢咧參加呢個 reading battle 咧，其實嗰個次數唔多。咁第一次咧佢好求其嘅，分數就50幾分嘅啫。
She did not participate too many reading battles, but the first time she's not scored very high, it's 54 out of 100.
但係咧佢就第二次就認真好多啦，就攞到
Second time is very serious, and then she got 88 out of 100.
係但係佢就真係即係會認真去睇呢啲書嘅內容啦。咁第二個 case 咧就係講即係有一個成績都叻嘅學生。即係佢咧就今年咧借咗62本書，入邊有52本書咧，全部都係我哋呢個計劃入邊推介嘅圖書。
The second case is a high achiever students. Totally, he borrowed 62 books. 52 books are from reading battles.
係咁喺呢個 reading battle 入邊咧，咁其實咧可以見到佢嘅成績咧，咁初頭咧有啲係50幾分嘅、70幾分、20幾分都有嘅。咁但係咧到最後佢做咗54本嘅圖書嘅嗰個reading battle 嘅嗰個 question 啦，咁其中有22本咧就90分以上㗎啦。咁80分以上有20本，佢係由好低分嘅，發覺有即係佢覺得佢可以挑戰自己喎，而去即係參加呢個比賽嘅時候咧，就係越嚟越認真去參與咯。
So she started with very low score, and then she find out that she can be very interesting to participate in this, and her score keep going from 20 something very low to a very high. 22 books over 90% and 20 books over 80%.
咁其實佢依家係已經全班最高分啦。
She's the top scholar.
但係咧，呢個小朋友咧有個特別嘅地方，之前咧佢係淨係借 comic book 嘅，即係漫畫。
Oh, she only borrowed comic books at the
以前
early stage, but now she.
佢大部分書都係會借呢個系列入邊嘅圖書。
Oh, but now she start to read the books within the reading battles.
係啦，佢即係佢媽咪咧叫我咧就係介紹書俾佢，其實佢之前都係 reject 嘅，即係唔肯嘅。
Before her mother asked me to recommend books for her, but she was refusing. But now but now he is more he's more open to your suggestion, right?
佢媽咪直頭叫佢話唔好借啦，要考試啦，你要快啲，即係唔好再睇咁多。
To certain extent, his mom need to stop him reading the books because of examinations.
所以咧喺呢個計劃入邊咧，其實見到一樣嘢咧，其實即係。因為一啲一啲高質素有趣嘅兒童文學咧，就可以吸引到學生咧由啲小字嘅書咧去睇多啲文字嘅圖書啦。
From this reading battles, we can encourage kids from reading picture books, comic books to more on fictions and literatures.
係咁，同埋小朋友喺呢個閱讀大挑戰入邊咧，得到佢嘅成功感咧，就佢會自己自發性咧去做得更加好啦。
Well, this is very encouraging. The student can find that they are successful and encouraging themselves to keep reading it. This is very positive, moving them from not reading books to have a reading habits. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we are on a very tight schedule now. We are almost 20 minutes late, but I couldn't help. We need to introduce Mikali, our partner, to share with us about the social media in education. Thank you, Mikali.
Thank you very much. I will try to be short. In fact, a short introduction about me. I'm a professor at the University of Teacher Education in Bern, Switzerland, and I have the great pleasure and honor to work together with Dr. Chu on different research projects. And I've been here also in Hong Kong for a certain amount of time for working. And that's why we got in touch regarding this company idea. Talk about social media in 10 minutes. It's like talk about the change of the world in a day. Social media is quite a big thing, and they will just try to point out a few little details about that. In fact, we heard about that. What is the need for companies, for newcomers? And we heard about at school they don't prepare so well for that needs. And we talked about 21st century skills as one important thing which may improve the capability to work for and to live for a lot of young children and also for a lot of adolescents. And then we heard about one mechanism or one tool which would be appropriate for going this way or for helping to evolve 21st century skills. That was the gamification, the games. Other tools which may be appropriate to go towards this advancement and enhancement of skills may be the social media. I think if Frankie was asking to you who is playing games, then I could ask the same question. Who is using social media among us? And I think among maybe the older, we'll have 30 or 40% or 90 or 80 or 90% among the kids between 11 and 25. For kids and young adults, if they are connected over their smartphone, and most of them are connected to the internet over the smartphone all of the time, then they're using all of them social media. And of course, there are a lot of tools that are connected to social media. I won't talk about all the tools. I will talk about some mechanisms which are important and interesting and have an added value if you want to do some education using such tools. So if you have a look at what social medias are, I give an example of Facebook. What are you doing there? You're giving a part of what your life is. You are sharing this part of your life with your neighbors, with your groups, with whatever people you are related to. That means you write in what you are doing. maybe what you like, what you don't like, you cannot do it with that. And then what you're doing, you are connecting to other people, and there you have a sharing of different common things. And what happens if once a day you write a short article on your wall and then 200 persons like it? That means that these 200 persons, they share your idea of a meaning you have. You share with something, and then what happens? Somebody of your buddies writes a comment on that. And then maybe you think over your context and say, oh, I've written something, but this comment is quite interesting. So maybe I adopt and I try to change my understanding of what I had before. This change of understanding is, from a constructive point of view, is a learning process. So if we go on, oh, I didn't look at the screen like that. So social media, in fact, what is social media? Social media is nothing else, if you look at that, is constructed by you. I gave you the example by Facebook. Is your representation of the world, is what is shared by you and also with you. It is about you, and it is you, in fact. Yeah, now, from the pedagogical point of view, what does it mean? Constructing the own representation is a very important step in from a constructive point of view of learning, a very important step. Another way, sharing with somebody else is also important. Creating an adapted concept, I gave you the example about Facebook. All these elements I've written in there are part of a learning process. I try to get faster. The point is, and I will skip the next one, and it is how to do it. Of course, all of you will think going just on Facebook and spending the time there is not about learning. So you can just use this way when you orchestrate in the right way, that you have a really constructive learning part out of it. I will skip that, even if it's important. It's not like building a street. It's important in a learning setting that you have